G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is an N99 10mm pistol, part of the Fallout 4 New Vegas mod weapon lineup. So the same people who made the Fallout New Vegas anti-material rifle that I did a few months back are the same people who made this one. As you can tell, it's of astoundingly high quality, looks like something that would be released in a full-on game, so very good on them for that. Models and textures looking great. Comes with custom animations too. The sounds are obviously the same as a vanilla standard thing, but I've got mod replacers for sounds for that anyway, so we're going to be hearing, I think it's an M9 pistol from Battlefield 4, which is kind of interesting. But regardless of that, this thing is supposed to look like the Fallout 3 and New Vegas 10mm pistol, and comparing this to the big old 10mm pistol that we got in Fallout 4, as you can tell, the overhaul of the art direction has made this thing very much changed. The original pistol was very big, I thought it was very big, but then they made this thing, or maybe it's just a preview transform making this thing look bigger, but honestly, I kind of prefer the art direction of the Fallout 4 and would go on to be 76 10mm pistols. Let's get this thing souped up with some attachments. So you can have a standard muzzle, a compensator, or a suppressor. Of course, I'm going to put a suppressor on, but don't worry, I will be using this thing unsuppressed as well. And a target grip will give us the best accuracy, so we'll move on from that. Can't do anything with the rounds, which is a little bit of a shame because the standard vanilla 10mm can go up to 24, so there's already got a leg up on this. But you can change this thing to 45 auto, which will do a whole lot more damage at the expense of accuracy, apparently. But that's okay. We can just, fire this thing slowly. We'll probably get better DPS out of it anyway. And you'll see that the targeting grip has given it a nice wooden finish on that grip there. And you can have some underbarrel rails if you want this thing to look like exactly what it did back in Fallout 3 and New Vegas. You can go with a torch module, which we'll be chucking on right now. We'll chuck on a laser module on another one because, we want to test that out as well. And moving over to the receiver, you've got 3 receivers, the standard, lightweight, and optimized. Now, the lightweight is the best on this because it gives you the most damage and also ups your rate of fire, so that's definitely the best. It also doesn't make it any lighter for some reason. And moving on, you can chuck on some legendary effects if you feel like it. Now, compared to the 10mm pistol of the vanilla game, we actually are out damaging it, even if I do chuck on a suppressor, which I'll have to find now. There it is. As you can tell, we actually do better. Unfortunately, however, this thing can't actually go over to automatic like the standard 10mm pistol can, so we're stuck with a semi-auto version of this weapon, which kind of sucks, but I guess if you want to make it true to the Fallout 3 and New Vegas variants of this weapon, yeah, that's fine. So here we are in Fallout 76 Nuclear Winter Target Practice Center, and here is our 10mm pistol in first person. Sights look pretty good. We'll get to the recoil animation soon and why I think that's a little bit of a letdown. But here is this thing in third person. You notice how smaller it is compared to the standard vanilla game 10mm pistol. I feel like it was a lot bigger back in New Vegas and 3 as well, but that's just my personal feelings about it. And you notice how firing this weapon, it doesn't actually incur a lot of recoil. However, the animations of the gun firing will kick the thing back in your face. And seeing by the little square that comes up when I aim, as I get the prompt to pacify these guys, you'll see that your aim is very much obscured by this, which could potentially make follow-up shots hard to do, at least a little bit difficult. And this thing at range is going to be even more hard to aim with if you're just spamming the trigger all the time. So maybe hip firing is the way to go on this thing, otherwise it'll just get in your face all the time. Oh, we'll see about that, Gunner. How many times have you actually said that to me and have actually killed me? I've been through this place many a time and somehow managed to never kill me. Ooh, okay. The animations for the finisher broke there. I don't know what caused that. That might be just part of the animations for this gun, which reload animations, I feel like I've seen them before in some way or shape or form. Regardless of that, that was a suppressed one. The sounds of it were pretty nice. I'm not sure if they're modded in, but I know that this one isn't modded in because it's using the sounds that I've made. So this is a laser sight, and you'll see that the hipfire spread on it is a little bit better, compared to the one without the laser sight on it. Sorry. All right. So it looks like we're pretty much out of range here, other than we're just not hitting them very hard. So what I'll do here is I'll run into this random room of gunners, and then I will slowly take them out one by one using some gun foo. So let me just target your face, target you, and we'll see how we do. We're going to be spamming criticals as soon as we get them. Well, we've got 5 to use up at first, so hopefully with that we'll be able to save a few action points here and there. And obviously gun through will boost our damage per every shot, and by the 4th target we'll be spamming criticals automatically. Okay, we're building up that damage now. Probably should have targeted the turret first because it's weak, although we did get a bit of a collat there, so that was nice. And we managed to take out the turret regardless of that. You didn't see it, but once we go back to the turret, yeah, totally dead, so that's cool. That's something that rarely happens in Fallout 4 actually, so I'm glad to show that off. Oh, look at the RU-556 and the thing spitting out shells as it's firing. That's nice. That's good attention to detail. That usually doesn't happen with weapons that are used in the old third person, or NPCs actually using them. So just covering ourselves with closing the door. Haven't had an appearance of Captain Bridget yet, so yeah, we'll switch back over to the suppress one because she does a little bit more damage thanks to Ace Operator. And big old tanky gunners taking a lot of bullets to kill. That's fine. We're playing on very hard difficulty and our damage is being cut in half basically. So even regardless of that, if we can be accurate with the headshots, we can actually get a decent time to kill on these guys. There's Captain Bridget. Well, here's what's going to happen. We're just going to keep on hitting her in the face with VATs and criticals. It's the showdown of the 10mm pistol. She's got the standard Fallout 4 looking one, obviously loaded with 50s. 50 Action Express, like a big old deagle. That's, ooh, interesting view of the bullet there. Let's see if we can't outpace the healing. If we can, that'd be nice. Did she pick up her gun? Yep, she's reaching for it. Here it comes. Every hit she gets is going to be 50 damage on me over time. And if we can't outpace her damage, we're going to get shot quite a lot. You can see the health is slightly draining now. Wait for her to finish her mag off like she did there. She's quick on the reload, so we can get a few shots on her as she's doing that. A stagger will obviously stop her from shooting us. And it appears that the standard Fallout 76, I guess, Fallout 4 pistol has not prevailed there, thanks to the gratuitous use of VATs and VATs defense, but it has left us with a little bit out of our health bar here, so we'll continue to try to take out these gunners. And it looks like that you're going to have to go for 2-3 headshots per these kills on these gunners, otherwise you're going to have to reload mid-kill, which is honestly not what you want. So make sure those bullets count, make sure you always bloody hit them, and you'll be rewarded with good accuracy. We didn't actually get that there, that was ricochet happening, and we're almost at nerd rage threshold here, so we're going to get angry in a second. It appears it is a lot easier to aim this thing. Hey, that's a Gatling laser. Nerd rage time. That's what I call accuracy. It's a nocturnal Gatling laser too. I didn't mean to pick that up. I meant to open this door. Ironically enough, that would have been doing a little bit more damage to me because I am doing this during the night, in in-game hours at least. And we are done with Gunner's Plaza here. Yep. The performance was pretty much as I expected. Not too much better than a standard 10mm pistol. Obviously not having the automatic part of that, it is going to make it suck a little bit more because obviously everything's a lot better when they're automatic in Fallout 4, but still, the performance was good enough, so we'll move on. Alright, so knowing this weapon's strength as we just tested on the gunners, I need some place full of super mutants, but not full of super mutants that'd take me 10 minutes to bloody clear the place. Enter Scrap Palace. I don't think I've ever been here before in a weapon video, so this is something new, isn't it? And these tanky bastards are taking all the bloody bullets in my mag, even with these sneak attack criticals. As this one gets closer though, he'll become in range, so we won't be getting that half damage penalty, but now we don't have to worry about that at all because we are now in danger. That guy hasn't found himself a weapon yet. He cracks his knuckle. I don't even know what he's doing. What a dumb super mutant. So let's go ahead and start cracking him in the head. That seems to do pretty well. And yes, aiming this thing in third person makes that... It just makes it so easier. I've actually noticing there's barely any recoil at all, which is good to keep on target because if this thing had any recoil and combined with the animation that it does in first person, it'd be a little bit on the hard to control side, I think, at least compared to regular vanilla weapons. Yeah, you try to stagger me with my pneumatic armor bits. My pneumatic armor leather chest means I don't get staggered by punching anymore, which is really, really good, by the way. And another doggo, apparently. Okay, apparently there's only a small squad of super mutants here. We're in caution now. Any super mutants that were around probably would have been aggroed to me, but there you go, a little bit of a snippet of super mutant slaughter there, and nothing that drags on for too long. So with that in mind, the performance is as expected there. Not great, but not terrible, so I guess we'll move on to something a little bit stronger. Alrighty, here's some more nonsense creatures that we ought to take out. So it looks like we've got Gojira, some blood bugs, some feral ghoul reavers around, and obviously the big bloodthirsty withered feral. Alright, so first things first, we got to make sure it's only a 1v1 here, and taking out all of these guys will be good, because then we can get some sneak attack criticals. So first of all, we'll just go ahead and crit them as much as we can. Wow, I forgot how tanky blood bugs were. See, we're really pushing the 10mm to its limits. It was never supposed to be an endgame weapon here, so I've had to give it easy enemies to face. Go for a critical, because we got one. 150 damage at this range. Fairly inadequate at this point. There we go. Whoops, there's a bit of fence in my face there. Let's just reposition a little bit. There we go. And now we're getting the good old sneak attack criticals. As soon as that bloke comes closer, we'll get even more, but apparently he's stuck there. Alright, looks like we'll have to take the fight to him. I don't know what else is there to potentially make it itself known as an aggro, but there we go. 645 damage, and he's just hard to hit sometimes in the face, but once you get those hits in, oh, he's hurting now. Thankfully, he's kind of just standing still. Let's not get detected by that fellow there. And we are done with this. See, with sneak attack criticals using Deacon's perk and everything like that, this thing can become good, but you just need to be very, very close to actually utilize this thing. Oh, I saw you, mate. But he's out of there. We'll see about that, blood bug. You're going to get the critting of your life. Look at how many shots I've got it in VATS on him. Come on, concentrated fire. There's a girl. Alright. Critical. Dead. That's what you get for running away. For some reason, the AI for the blood bugs are like guerrilla warfare experts in this game. If they don't think they'll win the fight, they'll just piss off and attack later, which is kind of odd. But yeah, interesting buggy tactics. And I don't mean buggy as in broken and weird. I mean actually weird buggers in this game doing weird shit. Hang on, is that a fight going on between some gunners and the turrets? No, it's just the people up there. Okay, we can probably leave them be. Alrighty, that's about it for the N99 10mm pistol. It has been fun to use, a little bit of a blast from the past, but honestly, I prefer my standard Fallout 4 vanilla game 10mm pistols. I think they just suit the game a little bit better. The new art direction certainly doesn't make this janky looking pistol look any better, although the new textures on it certainly do give it some new life. So in Fallout 4 New Vegas, maybe this thing will be better. Perhaps they're different weapons. I'd like to think that they're different weapons, right? Yeah, because you've got weapon manufacturers in real life making 911s, so there's no reason why there'd just be one pistol firing the 10mm bullets. I'm thinking that all the 10mm pistols throughout history would have been from different manufacturers. So that big old revolver looking one from Fallout 1, that's in this game. The Fallout 3 New Vegas looking one, yeah, that's in the Fallout universe. And the big old Fallout 4 one, they've got to be different weapons, right? Otherwise they'd look the same, because you've got the Gauss rifle in Fallout 4, the big boxy thing, but then you've got the prototype one, which is canon because Bethesda made it, right? And that one was the cranky laser muskety one that was the same sort of thing as it was back in New Vegas and 3. So this thing's bound to exist alongside the 10mm that we see in other Fallout installments. So sure, lore friendly for all of you fucking lore nerds. Thank you very much for watching, guys.